Hello lifestylers, Lushawn. If you've just found my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting me here on Lushawn's Lifestyle. I truly do appreciate it. So today's video is actually going to be kind of twofold. It is going to be my closeout for May and also my setup for June for my sinking funds. So if you are interested in what is going on with them, then please continue to watch. All right, so this is the layout for my sinking funds for the month of May. So if you're new to my channel or if you haven't watched in a minute, I did suspend contributing to my sinking funds. I stopped sinking funds for, I want to say 3 months. I think March, April, and May, if I'm not mistaken. And then I decided to start back up in June. So I'm gonna go ahead, but I was using them. I just wasn't contributing to the categories. But I did need to use them. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out May. So let's go ahead and get into what happened with May. Like I said, I did not contribute to them, so I didn't do anything for annual. So that stays the same. Car maintenance is $196.72. Car registration is still at $40. Clothing is at $107.95. Georgia stuff is at $47.38. Gifts, $107.79. Home decor is still at a minus of $2.98. I did use medical dental. I had a doctor's appointment and that I had to pay my copay, and so that was $52.50. It was like my copay and I think like 20% of the procedure or whatever. It wasn't major. And then, so that takes my medical dental down to $147.26. I am going to deplete tech gear. I just haven't done it yet. But I didn't do anything just yet. So it's still at $307.07, but I did purchase a new phone. So I'm gonna use all that to pay it all off. I don't want that installment, so just need to do it. And then travel, I didn't do anything. Of course, no one can travel for the most part. I mean, you can, but it's a hassle. And that still is at $78.02. And then I did earn for the month of May 7 cents. If you don't know, my sinking funds are electronic, and I utilize the Capital One 360 checking account. So I have one account, but I monitor my categories in my planner. That way I know what I have for what I'm sinking or saving into these categories, how much money I'm putting into them, how much I'm taking out of them, what I'm left with. So yeah, and I have one debit card. So for me, it works. It's very convenient for me. If I need to use it for anything, I have a debit card. I'm not having to worry about having all this cash either at home or taking up that envelope with me or whatever. So I like this cashless, electronic system for my sinking funds. I do have though cash envelopes for my cash. I use envelopes for the thing like everyday categories. I have 4 of those, but for my sinking funds, I prefer the electronic method. So that takes my interest up to 42 cents. All right, so let's go ahead and total these up. So for, you know what, this is a plus, not a minus, so I don't even know. Yeah, let me do a little plus there. So let's see. Come on. All right. calculator. All right, so we're gonna do $52.50, and then 07, because that's the difference. So the difference is $52.43. So that leaves I ended June at $1,179.63. And I guess what I should have done, I should have done my transaction log first, but I think I went to the dentist on I think it was May 20th. So we're gonna go 5/20, and okay, so we're gonna go date. Ooh, I'm just doing this all wonky. Amount, and oh, can y'all see? We're bringing out in some. And then category. So it was $52.50, and of course the category was medical dental. So that is how the sinking funds ended for the month of May. So let's go ahead and get these little bad boys set up for the month of June, because I have started contributing back to them. So let's go here. Oops, sorry, I went out of focus there. All right, so sinking funds. So we want to do the category. And you know, I have you would think I would know this by heart, but I don't. Let me see. So we want to do starting. What we're starting with. We want to do a plus, and then we want to do a minus, and then we want to do an ending, because now we are actually funding them again. So I want to make sure that there is a column for that. All right, let me just put in a line of demarcation really quick. All right. Okay, so my categories are annual fees, and my annual fees basically are like my credit card annual fees, which I don't have that many. Membership fee, like my gym membership, there's an annual fee. Like I have, like, you know, a wholesale card, you know, like BJ's, I don't know, you know, BJ's, Sam's, Costco's, they're all the same, but I have that. So it's basically all the annual fees that hit periodically throughout the year, because I used to forget about them, to be quite honest. So I decided to start sinking funds for those, so that when they do either hit a credit card or hit my account, actually I have most of them set to hit the Capital One 360 for my sinking funds, but that way I'm not caught off guard, because I was forgetting, and yeah. All right. Then so I started at 150 with these, and I contributed out. I put $25 towards it with my paycheck number 1. Car maintenance is at $196.72. And although I just got a new car, but still, you just never know what may pop up that might need some, you know, some funds put towards it. So $25 I put to that. Car registration, I am no longer funding. Once I use this, which is going to be coming up next month, which is my birth month, my born born month, I will no longer be sinking funds towards car registration because the amount is such that I can budget it within the monthly budget. Like when it's time for it to be paid, I can do that at that point. So I'm no longer going to be sinking funds into car registration. But for right now, there's $40 towards that fund. And of course, I did not put any money to it. Next is clothing. And clothing is sitting right now at $107.95. And I put $12.50 towards that for the paycheck. Georgia stuff. And for those who aren't familiar, Georgia stuff is basically, I have property in Georgia that was given to me, and I pay the property tax on that. And also we have like our family plot, like my ancestors from like the 1800s and stuff, the ones who were slaves and whatnot. We have that plot as well, so I try to help maintain that, to make sure, because it's in a really nice cemetery, but you have to maintain this huge, whatever size plot, and we have a huge plot, so I maintain that as well. So right now there's $47.38 in there, and I'm not funding that right now because I'm gonna start funding it probably the second half of the year, or the last quarter of the year is probably when I'm gonna do that. Right, then I have gifts, and right now that is at $107.79, and I put $30 towards that for the paycheck. Then home decor, and right, it was at a minus of $298, and I put $25 towards that, so that kind of puts that back in the positive. Then medical dental, and right now it is at $147.26, and I put $20 towards that with paycheck one. Next is tech gear, and as I said earlier, I will be utilizing this because I want to pay off that phone. So right now it's at $307.07, and I am not funding that currently. And then travel, and travel is at $78.02, and I put $12.50 towards that. And then interest that was earned on the account, right now it's at 42 cents, and this month is just starting, so the interest has not been posted, so there's nothing there to add to it. So let's go ahead and total this up. All right, so, and I did that off camera to save y'all the horrific spectacle of me trying to hit the keys on my phone with my fat fingers, because sometimes it's just struggle. All right, so we started at $1,179.63. For this paycheck, we are putting $150 towards the categories, and if I use anything, I'll list it here. I'm gonna have to squeeze in another plus somewhere. I think I'll do this a plus here, because that'll be for paycheck number 2, and I'll do a minus here if I use them. I know it's gonna be a tight squeeze, but it'll work. We'll make it work. All right, and then down here will be my transaction log for anything that I utilize for the sinking funds. We shall list them down there. So that is my setup, my closeout for May, and my setup for June for my sinking funds for the month of June. So yeah, I'm trying to get back on track. I hope everything is progressing in your lives. I'm just gonna be transparent. I have been doing some protesting, peaceful protesting, so it's kind of thrown my schedule off. And then doing some things behind the scenes, because you know it's wonderful and it's great to do the protesting, but then it's like the what next. And so I've kind of been doing the what next and kind of educating, like, so a lot of my coworkers, a few of my coworkers have, you know, they want to know more, they want to learn, you know, they want to do the right thing. And so a few of them have gone with me to protest, and then I just kind of been educating them on like what we can do to change things as far as from a local standpoint, because that's kind of where it kind of starts on the local level, like knowing who you're putting in office, see what their track record is. You know, we are allowed to have the city or the county, wherever you reside, we're allowed to see that budget and how they're allocating the funds. And if we don't like the way our tax dollars are being allocated, you can do something about it. You know, get a grassroots effort, you know, get people that are like-minded and, you know, demand change. You know, you can vote them out. You know, a lot of them are career politicians and no one's checked them, you know. So now is the time to do our homework and really decide if that person that is in office is beneficial for what it is that you feel is important for your family and your community, you know. And so that's what I've been doing. So I'm trying to get back on schedule with everything. I'm trying to learn, you know, with everything there's a balance. So I'm trying to figure out how to balance it all out, and get myself back on schedule with also sharing what I've started here with my content on YouTube. So yeah, so that's my little soapbox, and I am filming this on June 19th. So I want to say to all of you who celebrate as I do, happy Juneteenth. I'm probably going to head out later today. They're doing a celebration downtown, so I am going to partake of the festivities and yeah, educate people on it. You know, I know it's like it's prominent now, and I'm glad because of everything that's going on, but also educate as to why, you know, we celebrate, you know, and what happened to cause us to celebrate June 19th, and you know, and it's now, you know, now known as Juneteenth, but this is our Emancipation Day. So yeah, or my ancestors. So yeah, so if you've lasted this long and listened to all my rambling, thank you, and you are a lifestyler. And until my next video, hugs and love. Bye.